crushing it Wednesday. They feeling undefeated. Queens of the ring like Christine is. If you get in the ring with Christina, you might catch a beating. Just tune in, you gon' have to see it. Stand up if you with us, if not, they be seated. You seen them in every arena. Eddie and Nika, who really got something to fight for. Everybody saying they're the GOAT. Who the one that slayed the Chupacabra? Your favorite girls.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Women Crushing It Wednesdays. I got my ace here, Nika, and my bro D Styles joining us this evening. How are y'all doing tonight?
Doing good.
He's doing good.
I'm not a woman, but I do crush it, everyone.
Yes, that's true. You do. And look at this, y'all. Look at this logo, y'all.
So nice,
This
man.
is our new logo. Yes.
It is nice.
By one of our sponsors, Arte de Tere. And shout out to our other sponsor, Hispanics Causing Panic, and Kush with a C, who does our intro music. Everybody hit the like button like Mark Nash requested, and we request. We're gonna have a good night tonight, guys. We're gonna have a really, really good night. I just want to say, for those that tuned in to see Joshua Franco, I'm sorry, but he's on his way to Japan tomorrow, and he messaged me. He said he was so sorry. He had some things to do. He's headed to Japan because on the 24th, he's going to be fighting Kazuto Loka. I hope I pronounced that right. But so we wish him all the best, and he will definitely come on the show another time. So we're gonna get started. We're gonna get started because I want to know a lot to talk about, and I know Nika has talked about this a little bit. So I'm going to start with D-Style, and then I'm going to let Nika have the mic. But D-Style, what did you think about Teo's weird behavior after his fight? First of all, he retired, supposedly. And second of all, he did a poll. How well did I play the full/crazy role before the fight? What were your thoughts on that? On both, first the retirement and then the poll.
So I will say this: call me whatever you want to call me. I don't like it when fighters say they're going to kill the other fighter. That's probably the worst thing you could say to a fighter, to be honest. Out of all the things fighters have said, because we've
what about
seen,
I'm going to eat your children?
We've seen, yeah, but Lennox didn't have children, right? So here's the thing: when you say stuff like that, because what if it does happen? And you got to live with that. You said that to the person, you kill them. We've seen deaths happen in boxing. I just don't think that should be a thing that should be said. I don't think it's the end of the world either, but I didn't like it. But he did apologize for it after the fight. It's the first thing he said to Tater. So I got to give him credit for that. As far as the weird, crazy behavior, I think we all just have to accept that's who Teo is. That's how he acts. He's going to say things we don't like. I don't know if it's an act. I don't think he was playing four-dimensional chess. I think he thrives on chaos, and that's what he did. I mean, at the end of the day, he thrives on chaos, and he proved that on Saturday.
Well, let me ask you this real quick before we go to Nika. So, do you think that sometimes, these boxers get into these interviews, there's a lot of emotion flowing, maybe they get some anxiety or nervousness, and then sometimes just shit comes out of your mouth? Because I know, like, I've many times wanted to put my foot in my mouth from things that I've said. And I'm just like, damn it, why did I say that? So do you think that this was one of those times where he just didn't know what else to say and he wanted a shock value? Or at that moment, he really meant it?
Yes, actually, that's a good way to put it. I think he wanted some shock value. And I think he said things for shock value. But I also think he has said some stupid things. I mean, sometimes when people say stupid things, we just have to acknowledge that they said stupid things.
Right,
you know what I mean?
Right.
A lot of fighters say stupid things, but they're very talented and they win fights. You know what I mean? It's not, one doesn't really go with the other, in my opinion. What I do know is that for whatever reason, when the lights are brightest, when the stakes are highest, when everyone is betting against him, that's when Teofimo Lopez shines, right? That's when he comes out on top. You know, he was a huge underdog against Loma, came out and he won decisively. He was a big underdog against Taylor, won decisively. those are results that cannot be ignored. And now he's a 2-division lineal champion. Got to give him credit for that.
Yeah, that's true. You're right. Absolutely. Lineal champion. You're right. Nika, so you've expressed some feelings. So what were your thoughts, first of all, about the retirement, and then secondly, about the crazy tweet after that?
Well, congrats to Teofimo first before people call me a hater. I think he did a spectacular job winning the fight. He looked great in the ring, on Saturday. But, he's not playing no mind games with nobody but himself. Like, nobody believes he retired. Like, he's not retired, people. He's doing that for, to ask for more money on his next fight. Because he literally was crying about money, and then he said, I'm just gonna retire. And then today he posted like a screenshot of Ryan Garcia sending him a DM about wanting a fight, and then he's saying, look at Ryan Garcia begging for a payday. And my guy, you were just talking about you wanted a payday, and that's why you're retired.
And he put his email address on Twitter.
So it's like, you know what,
for sponsors. You're not
so
what would they sponsor him
with
for?
nobody but yourself. And then as far as the stupid ass tweet that he put, how did you guys feel about my acting? Well, no, first of all, he wasn't acting. He was really having, he has mental issues. So for him to be joking about it was like disgusting to me, because he really has some stuff going on that he needs to like address. So I think he was just embarrassed about how he was acting and how it looked. And he was trying to clean it up and save face, but you're not fooling the people that know better.
Yeah,
and I know better.
I really do believe that he does have emotional and maybe a touch of mental issues. I do believe that, and I'm sorry. I hope that he gets help, because it haunts you like your whole life, and until you get help, like it's just going to get worse, and that's why we see this somewhat normal Tio, and then this like crazy acting Tio, like he's not chemically balanced or something. I don't know. I mean, I'm not a doctor, obviously, but there's something going on there. But I also want to address something else to both of you. So and I'm sure y'all saw it. I'm not even going to name the person's name. It's a YouTube guy, social media guy, was on Twitter like 50 different times. Y'all owe Tio and his dad an apology.
No, I don't
like
owe Tio
y'all need to kiss his
God.
ass. And I'm like, are you like, this is like weird. Like this was like,
well, for the record, Christine, you did
behavior.
apologize. I saw you apologize.
Oh,
me?
You didn't see me apologize.
You said, I'm sorry, Tio, I'll never doubt you again. I saw that post.
Oh, no. I'm not talking about that.
I know that one.
No, I did say that. I did say that because like I had told y'all before, I have met Tio in personal, one-on-one, with other people around situations. And he was very nice. Sure. He was not the person that we see. But what I'm saying is this person on social media is just like every post. Y'all need to, y'all wanted him to fire his dad, and yet, y'all need to apologize to him, and I'm just like, bro, chill, bro. Do y'all know who I'm talking about?
I'm not 100% sure, but
but
I'll say this.
This person also allegedly faked an accident and was in the hospital about to die. Just saying
well, yes, I don't know. I don't know anything about that either. But here's what I'll say. Like, what I know is this. Interesting. Look, all I know is this. I ain't gonna apologize for shit. You know what I mean? Like we don't apologize in life for getting boxing predictions wrong, and we don't apologize because we picked the wrong horse in a race, right? Like
usually I don't.
Like we're not gonna apologize for picking the wrong horse in a race. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I'll say this, okay? People apologize for things they purposely do wrong and do wrong to people, and so anybody could spare me their apologies and this, that, and the third, right? What Tio gets is credit for his win.
Back.
Right. Tio gets credit for his victories. Tio gets credit for his win. And I will say that anyone that isn't giving him credit for his victory, anyone saying, "Oh, he beat Tater, but Tater wasn't shit," like those people are hating, in my opinion.
Definitely didn't discredit him, but Oh look, we're getting fancy here.
Oh my gosh, we are fancy.
A little bit.
Nika and D Style, y'all have taken us to a different level,
right
y'all.
We told everybody. Hey, look, I don't mind the bragging and all that, but here's what I will say. All right, and this go and I said this on HCP. Look, cheap plug. Here's what I said. It's easy to be humble and demand apologies and demand you get credit. And how about this? You know what? I'll cut a deal with Teofimo Sr. You apologize to George Cambozas for saying that you won 10-2 in that fight, and you apologize for interrupting George Cambozas in the middle of his interview, all right, saying, nah, you didn't win this fight. I got robbed. And you apologize to Eddie Hearn for insinuating that Eddie Hearn, sets you up so they can give the belts to Haney. That's the only reason you lost, right? When you step up and make up for being a sore loser for that fight, let me hear that, and then I'll say, you know what? I'm sorry, Mr. Teofimo Lopez. You were right. You told everybody, right? But you told everybody you can knock out Cambozas early. That didn't happen, right? So obviously there's something that needs to be addressed with that, right? You don't undo your sins of the past with success in the future. That's not the way it works. You never gave the credit to Cambozas that you're demanding people give to you.
Exactly. Really? I could not have said that better. Oh my God, D-Style. That was so well put.
That is good.
Yeah.
That is. And you know what though? Let me tell you something, D-Styles. I would bet you $10 that you could get him on your show, because everybody in media knows that Senior is one man that loves the limelight, and he will get on any show as long as he has a platform.
I sent him the invite. I sent him the invite to come back. I've had him before. I sent him the invite to come on my show, right? Didn't respond. He read the message, but he didn't respond. And I have a feeling it had something to do with me saying his son did not win that fight against Cambozas. So it is what it is. He's more than welcome to come on.
With that.
He's more than welcome to come on. Look, he's more than welcome to come on, right? And I'll give him all the credit in the world for their victory, but they have to address their defeat. That's all I got to say.
Mm-hmm. Hey, I agree with you.
I can't say that better, because exactly what he's demanding from people right now is what Cambozas is demanding from him, because he's not acknowledging the loss to Cambozas, and
that's true.
He's a sore loser. Like, I feel like one of his biggest issues is being a super sore loser, and I feel like I've seen some stuff before the fight that nobody else probably saw, that he should not have been fighting, because had he lost his fight, he would have had the most epic meltdown in history, in front of a camera in the ring. But so that's why a part of me is kind of glad that he won, because I didn't want to see that meltdown. But it would have would have lost, because he can't handle it. For sure. He's a sore loser.
No, you're right. I mean, he asked in his last fight, do I still got it? Like that was so sad to me. That was so sad to me. He didn't wait till
that was not an act.
No, he didn't wait till he got to the locker room. He did it right there.
So was it an act? Was that an act? How he was acting like a sore loser after the Cambozas fight? Was that part of the act too, or what? I mean,
I'm sorry. I don't feel when he did that tweet, and then he made a poll. Like, he literally put a poll.
I know.
For us to select about, and the selections that should have been there were not on the poll.
They weren't.
He's like, was I a good actor? Like, don't try.
There should have been like an other selection
as a joke, and like act like you were acting crazy. No, you weren't. I'm not buying it. He's not retired. He's just looking for a bigger payday. And I mean,
well, I'm not even trying to be funny. He can't retire. He's going through a divorce. His wife's going to take half, and he has a baby, and he's going to have to pay child support. I'm sorry. Then he's got to live himself. So he can't retire.
But he's using the retirement as like, leverage. Like, if you want me to come back from retirement, you got to pay me the big bucks. I'm not.
But here's the problem. Like, he's saying he wants an 8-figure contract. Yeah, good luck with that. Okay. Like I don't know about that. I mean, maybe he can get it with multiple fights, but he's saying he made Disney $100 million. I don't know where he got those figures from. Obviously, he needs a calculator. He needs help.
Wait, what?
It got the fight did good ratings. It did like 900, a little over 900,000 at its peak. But And that's not including the app. I get that, but you and Loma did like 3.2 million or something when you fought. So there's been a drop off in interest to watch you fight. Now, obviously, it'll go up after this fight. And look, it's still the highest rated boxing fight on TV in 2023. But I mean, it's those aren't. And then you did 900,000 gate at the Garden Theater. I'm not saying those are little numbers. I'm not saying that's not impressive. But what I'm saying is that doesn't like. You're not going to get $100 million, brother. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're not going to get that big of a payday.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I don't see it either. Not Nando Lamas had a question. Who would you like to see the boxers from the last week fight next? And I'm not even gonna try to pronounce that. Versus Janabek.
The very longest name of all time, Chinko.
Yeah, there you go, Chinko.
Let's call him Chinko.
Honestly, Nando, I personally haven't thought about it yet because I'm still taking in our next subjects in a minute, like the press conference, the fight from last weekend. But that's a good question. I mean, we'll talk about it on the next show. I don't know. You got something, D-Style, Nika, that y'all been thinking about in between the press conference and the Teo drama?
No, to be honest, because that's how when some people were tweeting about other boxers like DMing each other like Berlenga and Billy Joe Saunders. I was like, get away from Twitter with this. We're talking about the press conference.
Right.
Stop sliding to others' DMs and shit. You know what I mean?
No, for real. Like, there's managers for a reason. You know what I'm saying? Talk to the managers. Talk to the promoters. It's just that I see him to lose more sponsorships rather than gain because no one would steal with the mouth of him or his father. Yeah, I mean that's true. But so I guess Disney was a big sponsor. I know he made some money from that, which I think is great.
I think he's lying. He did not make Disney no.
But I don't think he made 100 million or whatever. I'm just saying. But like Disney had to put their logo on him. They had to give him some money. You know, I just don't know if anyone knew how much that was. I have no idea.
Now, was he just wearing Disney on the like?
Because
cool?
I mean, if you can just put the patch on you.
He can, but I would hope to God that he got a sponsorship from Disney. That he wouldn't just say, you know what, I think I'm going to wear Disney. Like that doesn't make sense.
I thought he was just trying to like be Aladdin or something.
No, like why would you wear?
Maybe he's a fan of Aladdin. He was like a whole new world. You know what I mean?
Because in the interview that he did with ESPN, he brought up Walt Disney and some of his quotes. So I think that's the reason why he had it on the back of his.
Okay, that right there in itself is off. Okay, that's off. If Disney's not paying me to wear their logo on one of the biggest fights, this year, I'm not gonna wear their stuff. Anybody, like you're gonna pay me to wear your stuff. You're gonna be a sponsor
about it, like on his.
Don't be a hater, Christine.
I'm just saying.
Because he would have posted something like, "Oh, Walt Disney were sponsoring me. Thank you for he didn't."
I mean, like I'm gonna go on a big platform and wear a Target jacket, like Target, have Target everywhere.
In my opinion, he's delusional.
That's what I'm saying. That does make me think that there's something.
No, but this is like maybe he wants to be like Aladdin or something. Maybe he wants to be like.
Okay. Well, then he should have came in on a red carpet.
Maybe he feels he's like the Prince of Box.
Well, where was the monkey? Where was the carpet?
It's right there, right next to him. That's right.
Where was the lamp?
We told everybody. It's right there. He's right next to Jafar. No, that's Jafar. You know what I mean? Like he's
Jafar,
right there.
Yeah. Let me tell you something. Even though, like, I'm very sorry that Joshua Franco didn't come on. We do have you. We have another Mexican on here, so I'm happy with that.
Yeah, you guys were expecting Joshua Franco. You show up to the show in these styles here. You know what I mean? I'm sorry.
He's gonna come on soon, guys. In case you missed it, he has a flight to Japan tomorrow. He fights on the 26th. With Kazuto Loka. It says Loka, but I don't know. I try not Loka. But anyway, so we wish him well. But let's move on because I'm really pissed about something. I know. Tonight is not a kid show because I might just like potty mouth might go crazy. You know what I'm saying? Oh gosh, my nephew's on here. He just says, "How you doing, my aunt?" use this, Mom. So I can't right now. I'm doing great, my love. I hope you're doing well too, sweetheart. You guys are brutal. You'll be getting anytime soon. Okay. So look, the press conference. We're going to talk about this press conference, the seriousness, the pros, the cons, or whatever. And then I'm going to talk about something else after that. But D-Styles, I know you say you don't have all night to like just chill with us, which is like so weird because like, wouldn't you want to? But so I'm gonna start with you in case you got to go. But what were your feelings on the press conference? Some people said it was weak sauce. Some people said it was fire. Some people, all that.
What do people want? Like all these people that I just wasn't feeling it. Like, what do you want? You want like do they need to get up and start fighting now or what? I don't know. I love the press conference. Got to be honest. I like the banter, and it's clean banter. Like it's not personal. They're just talking shit, and they're doing it in a very like kind of like they're serious. Like they mean what they're saying, but maybe it's a little corny at times, to be honest. But it's still they're doing what they're doing, and it's good to see Crawford a little animated and Spence even that they're not the most animated guys. And I haven't seen Crawford and Spence look this excited at a press conference like ever. Like it's like they both are really looking forward to this fight. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
And what I'll say is just think about like just last year, both of them were asked by the media, by people doing interviews. Don't you want to fight him? Isn't it important for your legacy? Both of them were saying, I don't need him. It's not important for my legacy. I could do without him. But look at them now. Look how excited they are now. Like y'all were capped because y'all love this fight.
No, but this is the thing that people don't get. And I'm just going to interject real quick. What people don't get is you cannot make a freaking fight overnight. There's negotiations, especially at this magnitude. I've been seeing on Twitter, and oh my God, it gets my goat. How come this about Haney? How come this about Tank? How come that? Baby, let me tell you something. You don't make a fight overnight. It's not about a phone call. Okay, yeah, let's do it. Yeah, no. There's so much paperwork. There's so much legal stuff.
You know what it reminds me of, though, Christine?
Much. I don't get it.
Yeah, but there isn't like 4 years worth of paperwork, though. Like, but there's what I want to say, though.
Let me tell you something.
But I want to make this.
There's a lot of paperwork. Trust me.
I remember like there was times where like, let's say I would go to like my grandmother. I would go visit her right when I was a kid. I would go to my grandmother's house. She'd be like, "You hungry?" No, I'm not hungry. Like, oh, come on, sit down. And she ordered me to sit down anyway, right? And then I would finish the plate, right? I would finish the plate because it was so good. And she would always say, and you weren't hungry, huh? Like, imagine if you were hungry, you would have ate the whole plate. You know what I mean? Like, so that's how I feel about these guys. Like, and you guys say you didn't need this fight, and you said you didn't want this fight. It's not even a big deal. Imagine if you did want it. Like, you guys would have been so giddy. These dudes look excited, and it's not a bad thing. I think this is good.
No, it's a great thing.
They look excited for this. They're both. I am sensing energy from both of them. They both look extremely confident. Both of them believe they're going to win this fight. Yeah. Like, and I think those are the best fights when both of them cannot imagine the thought of the other guy beating them. And you know what? Exactly. Why would they? None of them know how to lose yet. Like, none of them have lost a fight. They both have looked spectacular in the last few fights.
They don't feel like it's possible, either one of them, which makes it all the better.
Mm-hmm.
Someone's going to be really disappointed after this.
You can't please these boxing fans. We got the fight. We got the press conference, and
they don't even know.
We don't ever really get too much out of them on social media, so I feel.
I just want to know, what do they want? What do you want? Yeah. Like, you want them to start throwing down, like right there? Do you need to see Crawford like pick up Spence and slam him against a table? Like, what do you need? Like, what do you need? Like them to throw drinks at each other? Like, I don't get what people want. You want it to be fake? You want them to just act like not themselves and be somebody else that they're not. Like, well, what do you want?
Exactly. Nika, whenever you heard the press conference, you saw the press conference, what were your thoughts? Were you just like so excited? Like,
I was so excited. Yes, I was so like rush.
Giddy. Yeah.
And so I'm like, when I see people, this press conference was lackluster. I'm like, what? This was like you cannot please these people. That's why the fighters just need
No.
to do what's best for them, because whatever they do, this is never gonna satisfy the fans.
So
Ever.
true. So true.
So
Ever.
this is the most we got out of them. To me, as far as like their personalities, like all of them,
Yeah.
all these interviews that Bud's doing, he doesn't like doing interviews, so he's doing
At
them
all.
now, and he's showing
Yeah,
his
and
personality.
EJ doesn't like
you know.
talking public either. Neither
Yeah,
one
so
of them.
they both are doing stuff that's out the norm, and it's entertaining to me. I don't know what else people want. Like we don't even see, like Coda Kid says they don't need to sell us to fight. It's already sold. Like we're gonna
They
watch
don't.
it. So I don't know.
It's already, isn't it already sold out? I mean,
Yeah.
isn't it already sold out? I mean, they don't have to sell the fight.
They don't. They sell pay-per-views, but
Right.
it's already sold.
That's
We've
gonna
been waiting
happen.
for this fight forever. It's a big thing, and I think they're doing a good job in the press.
I don't know. So some people are just watching too much WWE, and like, you know what I mean. Like they want some. Like I don't know what they want. Like what do you want, guys? You know what I mean? Like what do you need? Like do you need like? Does Crawford need to come in like in a parachute off like a plane or something?
Right.
Like do some great entrance or something? Like I just don't know what people want to do. Do you want to see like the clown show like at the Mayweather Goatee, whatever that dude's name is? Is that what you need? Do you need to see like
what they want.
You need both camps going at it? Like is that what you need? I don't know what they need.
Fans what they want more in a press conference, they won't be able to tell you. They don't know what they want. So it's like
no.
Whatever.
I just wasn't feeling it, man. I just wasn't feeling it. I needed to see more. Like I needed to see like Crawford and Spence like really go at each other. Go personal.
No.
To say you want to kill him, man. To talk shit about his mama. Talk shit about the kids and the wives, man. Make it personal. Make me feel it. Like I know what people want. Like I just.
Nah, bro. And those are the guys sitting on the couch eating hot dogs. You know what I'm saying? No. Boxing Barbecue. This is good. Okay, Boxing Barbecue says we learned a lot from the press conference if you really paid attention to their responses. And I want to talk about that because a lot of people said, did y'all see how? And I want to ask what y'all think about it. Did y'all see how Errol Spence broke the stare down twice, and they're like, "Ooh, that's a sign. That's a sign."
Yeah.
Did y'all feel like there was any signs from either one?
No, they're both confident and ready to go. Nobody's intimidated by the other. Like they're both ready. Like
he looked away. Give me a fucking break. Like. Well, what do you guys want? Like they just like they would literally like if that was a thing.
I mean, just
imagine if that was a sport, like a stare down sport. You know what I mean? Like who? Like dude. A man would never win. Like women would dominate that sport. You know what I mean?
Like hell yeah, we would. Shit.
But like, what does that even mean? Like what? If that was a thing, like if they were told, "Hey, the first one to look away loses," they would still be there right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
They
would be like, "I ain't looking away, man. I'll be here till fight night."
They'd be pissing on themselves and everything.
Give me a break. I don't know.
Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. Nika, what do you think? Were there like some signs and clues and like, some secret messages?
Not at all. And then I saw somebody tweet because they like, when people catch still frames of a video, so they caught a frame of Bud like looking like his face was kind of like an awkward face, and it was just like, oh, look at Bud looking scared. But it was like a still frame that they caught him like moving to the side. It's like, come on, you're reaching.
Oh my God, if they took a still frame of us and doing some of these videos, they can just say anything. So many
expressions and stuff when I'm doing. You could catch me looking crazy any second. Like, they use that still frame to say, oh, look at him, he looks worried, he looks scared. And I'm like, what? Are you kidding me?
Look, I mean, some of the most boring like press conferences I've ever seen was Triple G Canelo. They just sat there, said respectful things about each other. Yeah. Oh, he's a good fighter. And he's yes, he's very good. Yeah. And then guess what? It did like 1.4 million or whatever it did, right? Like, you know what I mean? It did 28 million at the gate. That what you guys think sells doesn't really sell. Like, you know what I mean? I think what these fighters need to be is themselves. That's it.
Absolutely.
All fighters. Just be yourself. Be authentic.
Be yourself.
If you're a charismatic guy, then it is what it is. If you're just a laid back dude, you're a laid back dude. If you're like Canelo, you're like Canelo. If you're goofy like Triple G, you're goofy like Triple G. It is what it is, okay? And yes, he's goofy. I'm sorry.
So look at this. Boxing Barbecue says, I don't think Bo Mac is prepared enough. Please explain to me. Explain to me, and no disrespect, but explain to me, because listen. he's been doing this for some years. He has Coach Isaú, he has Coach Red. They have, trust me, I don't know what, he doesn't need to be running the miles. He doesn't need to be, hitting the bags or sparring.
Yeah, because
Trust me.
I was arguing with somebody about that too, because they were like, they left a comment in my Twitter saying, something about Bomac and like how he's out of shape or something like that. And so I'm like, is Bomac fighting? And he couldn't answer me. I'm like, is Bomac fighting? He just kept saying, just I said, again, is Bomac fighting? And he couldn't come up with it, but he's helping him train. Again, is Bomac the one fighting? Like, he's not the one gonna be in the ring. So you're reaching. So
yeah, I mean,
exactly.
it is what it is. Customato was an old motherfucker when he trained Mike Tyson. Look at what we got. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. So, hey, I want to thank you girls for having me on. I do got to get going.
Thank
and have a good
you
show.
so much.
Thank you.
Thanks, D-Style. Have a good night.
Let me see the custom video.
Ooh, look at you.
All right, boom.
Look at you, girl. Oh my gosh. We are just on a roll. So Boxing and Barbecue said Micah love her some bud. Hey, nothing wrong with that. You gotta pick a side. We gotta pick a side. We gotta pick a side.
I like both fighters, but if you're asking me to pick a side, I want Bud to win. I think that he will win. So come on, like I hustle Bud. No. Come on. If somebody asks you who you're picking, you gotta give a name. I don't want to hear it. Okay.
Exactly. We gotta pick a side. We gotta pick a side. I mean, I got called out one time because I didn't pick Alicia Baumgartner. I picked Michaela Mayer, and Alicia, I said thank you for the shout out, but I mean, I gotta pick a side. It's nothing personal. I don't even know you. I don't know you. I think it's great what you're doing, but I had to pick a side. But I thought the press conference, and I said it, on Twitter, I thought they were very respectable. I thought they were very professional. I thought that the fighters and the coaches, they said what they needed to say. They kept it short and sweet, which I like too, because sometimes people get on there. I think who was it? They say he got on talked for like 15 minutes. Oh my gosh, I can't even. Freaking Broner's promoter.
Don King. Oh my God, he was talking for like 30 minutes, no lie.
That's what I heard. My attention span is short. Get to the carne. You know what I'm saying? So
they were talking
sweet.
about making this fight right here since you brought up Broner.
Yes.
This little thing right here.
No,
what do you think about this?
Because no, and you know what? I think that would be a very entertaining fight. And then you want to see some circus acts. That's where we're going to see the crazy
press conference.
The face-off press conference.
The press conference that you guys are looking for. This would be the press conference that that you would want to see. These two in a press conference would definitely be a mess. So.
Yeah, exactly. And Boxing and Barbecue, look, you guys, we know who you're picking, and I think that's great.
You are definitely biased.
I respect it, and I respect it. But some people want the in-depth and some people want the abstract, whatever that means.
Yeah. You're obviously a Spence fan, so whatever
and I love
Max says is not gonna be, enough for you. He's gonna, what's his name? Derek is gonna be, it's always gonna say the most prolific things, so it's not so pleasing you on the butt side, so. Like you'll be
having to run for president next. You're going to run for president next. Coach Amber, hello, mamas. Don't have to pick a side, but I stay down with D-Town unless they add a line. I hear you, same. So, I mean, I love my D-Town people. But I also love the people that treat me good. The people that have been good to me.
Yeah,
so Yeah, so Crystal says Bomac ain't fixing to get details out. Exactly, press conference. That's not him. Hello. It sure isn't. I mean, you show right, girl. You show right. Oh, mama, I'm in Colorado. I know it looks like I'm in a classroom, but I'm in camp with Team USA in our break room, day room, whatever this is, where they play games. Yeah. Y'all hear Bomac commentate? He fired. He knows his bit. Oh yeah, I've heard him commentate, and he is fired. But I want to touch on something, Nika. That really pisses me off, girl. And I hope my nephew's off because I might cuss. But let me tell you something that really pisses me off. When people want to talk about people's physical appearance, what they wear, the shoes, the clothes, what they eat, their wives, where they live. Let me tell you something.
Yeah, so
The only people
referencing the tweet
a
that
lot
Bud
of
made about how people are talking about his clothing at the press conference.
Since when did grown ass men care so much about what grown ass men wear? Yes. But I've seen men and women doing it. I think it's cute and funny. Sometimes I'll make a little meme and make a little joke here and there. But when you do it constantly, and when you're constantly criticizing somebody's physical appearance or what they have on, I'm like, baby, y'all don't know what y'all talking about in boxing, because you can't talk about, what was their amateur career? Where did they come from? Who did they beat in amateurs? Who did they beat in the pros to get where they're at? And who did the people that they beat to get where they were to get to fight them? You know what I'm saying? How did we get here? You talking about some shoes. You talking about somebody looks like their clothes got stepped on and put on. And then you talking about someone eating some chips. Like, get the out of here. Like, are you serious? That pisses me off so bad, because I'm like, these simpletons are representing our sport, and then people get on the bandwagon and retweet and then just add to it. It has nothing to do with the fight. Nothing. But what are your thoughts?
Crystal. Yeah, but it's because they don't have anything else to speak on. They can't cut Bud down like as far as anything else, so they find something like, oh, look at his Gucci shirt, like his shirt. It was a Gucci shirt. Like, why are you like? Is that gonna win the fight? Who dressed better? Like, come on, it's so stupid and minute. Like, it's petty because they don't have nothing else to talk about. They don't have nothing else.
That's
to talk
true.
About.
That you're right too.
What should be called? Let me rag on his outfit. Okay. And then they can't even post what they wearing today. Post
you're
your
right.
outfit.
Nobody should be. No, he's not a drunk. Praise God, he survived. Like, he's good. Like, that's not right either. It's not. And then going back to what you're talking about here, Boxing Barbecue, do you want people to explain how to make a cake or tell you it's delicious and easy to make? First of all, they're not going to tell you how to make the cake, because then you're going to make it the same way, or you're going to know what the ingredients are. And that's why Bomac's not going to tell you what's in the cake. It's just, he's just going to say it tastes good. That's it.
Yeah. It's up to you.
Exactly.
Like their job, the coaches' jobs right now is not to explain to us how their boxers are going to win and give out their plan.
No.
They can give you like, oh, we're gonna win, we're gonna come out strong. They're not gonna say, well, first we're gonna do like what you want them to do, run down their whole game plan. No, that's not how it works.
And they were both really in different ways saying the same thing. Fight night on July 29th, we're gonna see what it is. We're gonna see what it is, period. Both guys cannot get into each other's head mentally or emotionally, because they both have only win in their veins. They know in their minds, in their hearts, they're going to win. And that's what makes this so freaking amazing. You know what I mean?
They just Spence fans I seen been going in like they've really been talking about what Bud has on at his. It's like, it's not that serious. But
it's not that serious,
because they don't have nothing else to rag on. So
you know what? Of course, I have my preference and who I think is going to win. But you know what? I'm just going to enjoy the fight. And whoever wins, I'm going to be happy. I will not be mad. I will be so happy. And we will see the game plan fight night. Exactly, Coda Kid.
Oh, boxing and barbecue. There's no like disputing what who you're rooting for. We get it. Derek James is
and with all due respect, I'm not taking away anything from him. All I'm saying is these are two different men with two different personalities, and I respect both of them. I didn't want more from Derek. I didn't want more from Bomac. Just like Nika and I are two different personalities. I'm going to say things one way. She's going to say things the other. It doesn't make her right and me wrong, or me right and her wrong. It is what it is. It is what it is. And I thought the press conference was done eloquently. They respected each other. They said exactly what they needed to say. If they needed to say more, they would have. And who are we to say, oh, well, they should have said this. They should have done that. I'm nobody to say that. I'm going to sit back and enjoy. I mean, that's just me, but I don't know. Good evening, my brother. Boxing barbecue behind enemy lines over here. Oh my goodness.
There's no enemies because I'm not upset about
There's no
nothing.
enemy.
Y'all want to
Same.
see more. I'm satisfied with the press
Me
conference.
too.
I am. Micah does
Yes,
say
he is.
things
He is a
politically.
hell of
I don't know
a
about
proven
that.
trainer for sure.
Actually, I don't think I say
Both
things
of them.
politically. I don't agree with that. But I do want to
Boxing
say, like,
barbecue. I still want to taste your barbecue though.
Some people are like taking like them rooting for their fighter a little too far, and they're taking it personal and like saying disrespectful stuff. Like the other day, I said, "Oh, I'm not a fan of Teofimo, but he won this fight." And then somebody commented on my thing and said, "Shut up, bitch! You dumb hoe." So and I'm just like, what? Is it that serious? I cussed him out for. I said your mother. The first. Now what I'm doing now is just my response to everybody is your mother, and then I block you. That's it. That's it. That's what I'm doing from now on. If you disrespect me,
good.
I'm just gonna say your mother, and I'm gonna block you. And that's what I did. And then he cried and said, "Oh, tell her to unblock me so we can have a professional conversation."
That was some weird
After
stuff.
you called me a bitch and told me to shut up, stupid hoe.
Yeah, he's into some weird stuff for sure.
Not happening.
Happening. He's into some weird stuff. Mike Ramirez, I do agree about the ticket prices, but I thought you were gonna hook us up. Like I thought you had a connection or something. Like you were gonna hook us up. I'm just saying. I don't know. Crystal said, I hate to be yesterday in LA and today in New York. Do not envy the travel schedule for the past 48 hours. For real. Exactly. Yeah. And yes, they are high, but they will pay. People will pay. That's for dang sure.
Well, they did pay. Will. That's why all the tickets are gone.
Yeah, that's why they're gone. That's why we can't get any.
Yeah, they did pay.
And what was I gonna say? So in about, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes, 20 minutes when we're done with the show, we're gonna head over to Mark Nash TV. So y'all be sure and follow us over there. He has a hell of a show if you haven't seen it. And we're elated to be able to go over there and visit on his channel. But that's really what I wanted to say about that. And then, people are like, just changing gears a little bit. People are like really complaining about Canelo fighting Badu Jack. Like, do we want the David Benavidez fight? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, right here.
Hey. But you know what? I mean, at one time I thought Badu Jack was on his way out, and then he made a comeback and he's been looking good. And why not? I mean, obviously we're not going to get the David Benavidez fight. I'm not sure why. People say, oh, Canelo must be scared, or Canelo this or whatever. They said they were offering him the most money that he's ever made. He wouldn't have to pay his opponent. What are your thoughts on that? Do you care if he fights Badu Jack, Nika, or he needs to fight somebody else?
At this point, I really don't care if he fights Badu Jack, but I do want to see him fight Benavidez. So I just feel like these fights is kind of just like, look how long it took for freaking Spence and Crawford to get made. Like, these fights are gonna take time. He's not in a hurry. He's not in a rush to fight Benavidez, and that's just that.
No, he's not. And you know what? He doesn't have to. He calls his own shot. I mean, speaking of Disney sponsorship that I thought, he's got Versace. I'm just saying, and he's got a lot of money. He doesn't need to fight anybody unless he wants to. So he can be rude and stingy and not give people the opportunity to make a big payday, or he can give it to them. Really, he is the face of boxing right now. As much as people don't want to admit it, he is. I mean, he really is. He's the man. He's pulling the puppet strings.
What do you want? And
exactly,
like I said, like right now the boxers, they need to do what's best for them, because you cannot please any of these fans. So at the end of the day, no matter what he decides, it's gonna piss somebody off. So whatever's best for him, that's what he needs to do, and that's that.
Absolutely. Let me so Coda Kid, what was y'all's thoughts on Spence's comments about the sanctioning fees? Okay, these are my thoughts, and I could be absolutely wrong and like living in Disney World. I don't know, but so they do have employees. Okay, they do have to make belts. They do have conventions once a year. They do the Hall of Fame dinners and things like that, and inductions. I mean, 3%, maybe at one time it wasn't a lot. Maybe it is now because of the money that people are making. But I mean, they do got to make some money back. So, like I said, there's employees and people to pay. So I don't see what the problem is. Everything, the boxers, they deserve a lot. They do. But do they deserve everything and nobody else deserves anything? No. I mean, they're the ones offering you the belt. They're the ones that put you in the rankings. They're the ones that hold the conventions. They're the ones that have the inductions and Hall of Fame and so on and so forth and blah, 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 and give you awards and gifts and this and that, you know, whenever they have these dinners. So I don't know. Maybe I'm living in Disneyland. Like I said, maybe I'm wrong, but that's what I feel. What do you feel, Nika?
I mean, I feel like I saw somebody post something that I agree with as far as the sanctioning fees. Like, I feel like if somebody has 4 belts and they're taking 3%, those 4 sanctioning bodies need to split that 3%, because like it was like Spence said, if somebody like Canelo's making $50 million and they have to pay like 3% to like each. That, I think that's crazy. They're not really doing that much to be like Spence said. He want to know what they're doing with the money. He wants to run down. But I feel like they should take the 3% and split the 3%, just like that person on Twitter said, amongst the sanctioning bodies, because they still have to pay their trainers, the camps. Like, it's just, you know, see, they just being greedy, you know.
This is the sad reality, and I know dinners and belts don't cost 1.5 million. I know that, but this is the sad fucking reality of it. This is America. This is the land of opportunity where we screw people over. I mean, when we go into a grocery store, do we really need to pay, you know, freaking $19 for a piece of meat? Do we really need to pay the gas prices that we pay? It's like there's always price gouging. It's not right. It is not right. And I think
that's why these fighters don't really. So a lot of these fighters don't really care to fight for the belts because they don't want to. They don't want to pay all those.
A lot of them don't. A lot of them don't. You're absolutely right. And I think that they should have the option to or not. You know, really. I mean, they should stand up if that's what they really believe. Until people speak up and say something, nothing's going to change. And do I think that they have to come back and say, oh, here's my itemized list of everything we pay? No, because probably some of them are taking people on vacations, or they are taking their wives to whatever, or their girlfriends somewhere. Maybe so. You know, I don't know. I'm just saying it does happen. It sucks. But what do we do about it? I really don't know. I really don't know. I really don't know. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Dana.
You can give your thoughts on Teofimo Lopez blasting his ex-wife as canon. You know what? I didn't see that. I think personally, and I know Nika has her opinion too. Personally, I don't like that. I don't think that you should talk about the mother of your child. You know, I don't like whatever. Look,
I'm sorry.
I've been married 20 years.
I cannot stand that he's doing, because he's trying to make it seem like he's an angel in the situation. And I know personally what he's done. So to try to like make people hate his wife and like, you know, because you know when these crazy fans of his, if they're calling me,
they will.
Bitches and dumb hoes. Can you imagine what they're like hitting up his ex-wife? I don't even know if she's on social media, but like what they're hitting her up and harassing her and saying, and he knows that like she has a reason to leave. So if she
nobody knows what goes on behind closed doors.
She could have came out and said what's the real reason why she's leaving him. You know what I'm saying? So he needs to like put the brakes and like keep that shit off TV and social media. That's not for everybody.
Yeah, I don't like that at all. Like I said, I've been married 20 years. You're not gonna know when we're having a fight. Nobody's gonna know. Nobody's gonna know. I'm not gonna bash my husband if we got the divorce tomorrow. Ain't nobody gonna know nothing. I'm gonna keep on going like I am now. I just think that there has to be a level of respect, and also your kid's gonna grow up one day and he's gonna see those interviews, and he's gonna be like, "How could you talk about my mom like that?" You know, because he only has one mom and one dad. So I don't like it. I definitely
I don't like it. So she definitely has a reason to leave. So like she just hasn't come out and put the business out herself. If you know, she's actually been like better than I thought she would be, because she has a reason to come out and say why she's getting divorced, but she hasn't. She's letting him just like, you know, and it's probably a plan of hers. Not, you know, I'm not gonna bash him, because when I go to court, I can say that look, he's embarrassing me
Yeah,
on social
that's
media,
true.
because she hasn't said not
So
one
this
thing,
is really
not one thing.
really true. At the beginning, boxers beg to be in the rankings and fight for a belt, and when they finally make it, they talk about them. That is true. It's like when they're first coming up, they're begging for it, and then once they get up there and they have the money to pay it, and then they don't want to pay it. So I mean, that's true too. It's like we all knew the rules. There's rules to everything. Yeah, because they're making more money. No, there's no
the bigger
open
the cut
calls right now. In the future, very near future. But we tried that before, and it just, it wasn't working out so well.
HLD is saying is like, this is exactly
Where's
what I'm
he at?
saying. Yes, a lot of folks are speaking out of pocket on her, and we don't know both sides of the story. That's not any of our business, to be honest. It is not on any of our business at all. And he's putting people in their business by speaking the way he is about her on live TV, So,
absolutely, I agree.
His fans are crazy. Like people have been disrespecting me left and right, and I haven't even said like nothing crazy about him like I could. So if I could just imagine what she's going through if she's on any social media platform, how they're harassing her.
That's enough. That's enough to like tip somebody over the edge. Like if you already dealing with like depression and a divorce, and you got a baby, and you're soon to be a single mother, and then the father of your child says he's about to retire. And how you're going to take care of your baby. And it's just, it's too much. Like she doesn't deserve that. He doesn't deserve, she doesn't deserve. They just need to work it out privately because it's nobody's business. It's nobody's business.
She hasn't said one word. It's all him.
Nothing.
She has not said one word.
I met her. She was very quiet, very nice, very shy. She just didn't seem like the type of person that was going to do that. And good for her. I respect that. I do, because she could say a lot.
But she has all the reason. She has all the reason to come out and defend herself because she's getting slandered right now.
Oh, for sure, Because I don't know if I could just sit back. I don't know if I could just sit back and let my ex. Oh, Ronnie Bravo, you're late. You are late.
Hey, Ronnie.
How you doing?
The only thing I would say is he's entitled. Yes, of course. Yeah, but absolutely. He's not supposed to put their business on a public platform for everybody to chime in.
And you know what? But you know what? On that same thing, HLD, the same thing, like entitled to a certain extent. The thing is, if there's some kind of abuse, I'm not saying there is, but if there was some kind of physical or drug or mental or something abuse, then that's when the entitlement is lost. Like that has to be taken care of in the court of law. So if it's just, oh, I'm mad at you, you're mad at me, and we're getting a divorce, you can't see the kid, I'm gonna use them against you, then that's a whole different story. But if there's something there, then all rights are lost, in my opinion.
See, and then now if she was to come out and defend herself and say something, they'd be like, oh, she's doing too much. But he could say, he could come out and speak on her and say whatever he wants, right? But when she defends herself, it's a problem. She's being messy. She's doing that, but she can't defend her name. Like, you see, this man is talking crazy. That's why it's on him because he put his business out there. It's on him, to be honest. He's the one who put his business out there. I've never heard her once say anything about anything.
No, she hasn't. She hasn't said anything. But Chris is right on. Some of these folks on Twitter make everything their business, and that's so true. They want to make everything their business, and they want to give an opinion, like an opinion for everything. Like that's the thing. That's what I was talking about. These last 2 days, the press con, I saw some just crazy ass stuff, and I'm just like, y'all need to sit down. Like we're getting the greatest fight in a long ass time, that we've been waiting for years. And you want to criticize somebody's shoes or somebody's clothes or how somebody looks or like what they're eating. Like shut up. Like seriously, I can't deal with it.
So they're grasping at straws. They don't have anything else to talk about.
No, casuals. Those are the casuals. Those are the casuals. They don't even know what's going on. But it has been a great night, and we're going over to Mark Nash TV. Yes, y'all head over there on YouTube. Nika, what you got? You got some last words, girl?
Thanks for everybody joining in today. everybody always has great input in the chat. Even if you're a Spence fan, like upset that you're on like enemy territory over here, but yes, just look. Booty digging fingers. If y'all don't know, booty digging fingers are like people who have like nubs for nails. That like they bite them and then they dig on them all the way to where you can't even dig on it. Then they're like when you can't even clean them properly because they're such nubs, so they look dirty. Those are booty digging fingers because it looks like you've been digging in your booty. If you Google it, you will see the pictures that pop up and you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Oh, so that's a real thing.
It's a real thing. It's a real thing. It's a real thing. If you Google it, the pictures will pop up. So.
That's funny. I didn't know that was on Google. That's funny.
Yeah, it is.
All the chat's gonna get off tonight and go Google booty digging fingers. Y'all do it. Do it for us.
I picture
Let us know.
They know exactly what.
Chris said, "Of course I Googled it. That's funny. Dang, I'm gonna do it too." But no, I love. We have the best chat ever. We do. Like, I mean, you know what? Everybody can come on here and give their.
No, I'm not Googling it. I'm not Googling it.
You're good. You're good, Mark. You're good.
All right, so Mark, are you gonna send
you.
me the link through Instagram or Twitter?
He said 5 minutes. 5 minutes through Instagram or Twitter. But no, like we have the best chat. I have the best hostess with me. With Nika, like we did, like
we're getting fancy over here thanks to these styles. Now I know how to.
And we getting classier and classier as the days go by. Y'all better watch out because this time next year, oh my goodness!
And he made some great.
Oh my goodness!
So this is B-Style and Calix.
Yes, and Calix.
These are his 3 shows here that he has on his channel.
Coda Kiss said, "Damn, I bought my nails. It's okay. Just don't dig in your booty afterwards. You'll be okay. It's okay. You can bite your nails. So,
no, if your body doesn't bite, but I'm talking about people that bite their fingers, nails all the way to like the skin where you can't bite it no more, and then they start to like they hurt, and then they get dirty. I would give you, I could tell you what channel to go to see, but I ain't gonna be messy.
We'll have to like bring it up for the next show now that we know how to use this new device.
Behave, Nika.
These new apps. Behave, Nika. So y'all head on over to Mark Nash TV
in about 5
minutes. 10 minutes, and we will see y'all there. Hopefully he's gonna put us in the hot seat. Because sometimes I like to be challenged. That's a lot of pressure, Mark Nash. A lot of pressure. But can't wash them hands. Y'all have a good night. We love to love you, and we will talk to y'all soon.
Bye. And